So let's finish these 3 steps in drawing the initial Lewis structure. So you want to write the other elements around that central atom evenly spaced. You're going to draw lines from the center element to the surrounding. That will represent bonds, and remember, each line equals 2 electrons. Give the outer elements an octet of 8 first. We're just going to add electron pairs all the way around. We'll count as we go. And if there's extras, we're going to put them on the central atom. That's going to work most of the time. Now, you do want to always check your central atom when you get done, because if there aren't enough electrons, we're going to have to use a lone pair from the least electronegative outer atom to make a double bond. I'll show how that works once we get to that section. So we're actually going to do these 2 steps for for the first 2 pages of charts. And this is our example. So for 3, you're going to write the other elements around it evenly spaced. So we have the carbon, and we have the fluorine, and the fluorine, and the fluorine, and the fluorine. That's CF4. Each line represents 2 shared electrons, so we've already used up 8. And then we're going to put electrons around the fluorine. So 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Hey, check that out. This added up to 32, and that's what we should have gotten. If we ever have more, we're going to put them on the middle atom, though. So let's try that with the chart. Right here. Now, something is funny about hydrogen. You need to keep these rules in mind, because you want to remember that although everything was adding up to 8, there were 2 situations, or 3 if you want to think about it, where they don't add up to 8. So if we want to jump back up there and add that in, we can. So right in here, give them outer elements an octet of 8, unless it's hydrogen, in which case it'll only have 2, right? 2 total. So if those 2 are in a bond, which most likely they are, hydrogen you don't have to add anything to. And then when we check the central atom about there being enough electrons, some of the central atoms can only have, like we know beryllium can only have 4, and boron can only have 6. Too many. So what we do on this next step is we just draw the lines with these atoms on there. So that's a total of 4 electrons on there already, and go ahead and give everything on the outside the right number of electrons. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 electrons. Then we're going to draw this. And again, we've already got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. We're going to do it with the carbon, the bromines, the nitrogens, the oxygens, and the hydrogens. So do that through these elements, and then we'll check them.